Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Wade, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on a 2014 Porsche Cayman. Alright guys, so here I am behind the wheel of a 2014 Porsche Cayman S. This is a mid-engine car that produces 325 horsepower. It has a manual transmission, which is what I usually opt for. I like driving stick shift, and a lot of people don't know how to drive a stick shift, so you don't get people trying to borrow your car. Most of my cars have been stick shift, and even though there's a lot of stupid people out there that think that they can drive stick and would want to borrow my car, I don't trust them. There's a lot of people out there with big egos, so that's a major perk of driving a manual transmission. This car is the Guards red color. That's a pretty classic color for Porsche. I think Porsches and Ferraris are pretty much, actually Corvettes too, are the only cars that really look good in a Guards red color. This car really pops. It's got red accents all over it. The calipers are red. The seat belts are red. Here, let me show you. Seat belts, kind of cool. I never used to be a red car guy, but I really like this car. It's pretty slick looking, and it stands out a lot when you're driving through traffic. So I'm going to do a bumper-to-bumper analysis slash review slash overview of the car. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know too much about this car, so I'm going to be kind of learning as I go along, and if I skip something or miss something, please comment below, and I hope you guys enjoy. So here we go. I'm going to go through the car. Alright, so let's start off with the outside. Let's do a quick walk around. Pretty cool. All right, so let's start off with the trunk. I'm gonna pop the trunk and I'm gonna show you guys what the all right, so I got the trunk opened up, and it's about the same size as the 911 trunk that I have. The wheel takes up a lot of the space in my car. A lot of the space is taken up by this area right here, which I'm assuming has all the fluids. It looks like you can pop this off, and on this side, and then the other side, and then remove the lid, and then it looks like there's the washer. No, this is the coolant, and then I think washer is on the other side. Right here it says Porsche. I'm sorry, this is the washer fluid right here. And then I think there's, when I was reading the manual earlier, there's something else over on this side. So it's pretty big. Here, let's see if I can fit in it. Now the trunk's pretty deep, but I don't think it's that deep. I don't think that I could fit in the trunk, but let's try it out. I can fit, technically, but no, it's not gonna work. No bodies in the trunk. So take note, you cannot fit a body in the Cayman. Here's the side lights. They light up when the trunk's opened up. Actually, there's only one light. Just kidding. There's the side light. And then right here we have the toolkit for when you get a flat. It's got all the locks and all the mechanisms you need for changing the tire. Put that back in. And then on this side, you have, this is basically a fix-a-flat. Wow, that's pretty cool. So you can fix the flat tire. You can patch up the tire, and it's got, I think this is like a gel that you patch up. It's like a sealant that you use to patch up any holes. And then this lever right here is for if you are for some reason trapped in the trunk. I don't know how you could be trapped in the trunk, because I'm a pretty small guy and I couldn't fit in the trunk, but I guess if you got kids and they get trapped in the trunk, you pull this, and then that unlatches the trunk from right here. So let's push that back down. Now onto the inside of the car. The layout of the whole dashboard, right above the steering wheel, is very similar to the 911. Porsche has done a really good job of keeping things consistent through throughout the models and throughout the years. One of the main things that they've done is to keep the tachometer in the middle for racing purposes. So you have the tachometer here in the middle, and then below you have a digital speedometer, and then over here on the left you have the analog speedometer, then you have your miles, and then over here you get display readings. So you get the oil pressure, you get engine temperature, and coolant, and then I'm pretty sure that when the tire pressure is low, it displays over here as well. And then speaking of consistency, all Porsches have the ignition on the left hand side. So this is the key fob right here, which is in the shape of it actually looks like a Panamera. And you put it in there, you turn it. And the reason Porsche did that is because when they were racing, in the early racing days, it was easier to have the ignition on the left hand side so that the driver could have his right hand free so that he could push the car into gear, and he can do both simultaneously. So he turns with the left hand while he's pushing the car into first gear with the right hand, and that saves time so he can speed back out onto the track. And then over here we have the light selection, so you can select what mode you want the lights on. And then down below you got your pedals. As you can see, this is a manual transmission, so you got the clutch, brake, and you got the gas. And you got a footrest here, which is pretty cool because it's got the Porsche logo. Let me focus. The Porsche logo right there. A lot of room. I mean, it's comfortable. And then over here, as you can see, this is a 6-speed manual transmission. Wow, it's a good shot right there. Look at that. And then you have all the displays right here. With this car, it's similar to my car, where when you want to put the car in reverse, you have to kind of push down and up. So it's reverse is right next to first gear, and it's hard to explain. You have to kind of push the stick shift down and then over and up. It's weird. It's like a weird VW thing. I used to have a couple of VWs as well, and they were the same way. And then you have the display screen right here. This is for the navigation and the radio. It displays, if you have your phone hooked up to the Bluetooth, it displays your phone information. What else? I saw something else on there that I wanted to talk about, but I'll come around to it again. And here you have the tuner. You have the type of media. There's the phone. I think that's to hang up the phone. That's to select the phone, and that is, I'm assuming, to pick it up. There's navigation. There's the map information. This is the source. So I guess if you want to select your, whether you want radio or, your iPod or whatever, you select that. Sound, I'm assuming, is for the bass and the treble and the all the sound specs. And then info, I have no clue what the hell that is. And then down here, I don't know what option is either. This turns the radio on. That's the volume. This one is for the tuner, so you turn that to if you want to do the manual tune, and it's also for selecting different options on the screen. Down below you have the AC. Let me see if I can get a better shot. AC, that's for AC on. That's max AC. There's the temperature gauge right there. And then over here, so this is a dual temperature car. That's pretty cool. Even though it's a small car, it's still nice to have. And then these are all the defrost buttons. This car has heated seats, which is pretty cool. And then there's the fan. There's a display right here, and it shows what level the fan is on and the temperature of the car. And then as you come down here, these are all the different modes. So this is sport mode. This makes, I think this just tightens everything up. And then you have the suspension here, and then there's traction control. You can turn that on or off. And then this is for the rear spoiler. You can adjust that manually. And this is for the sport exhaust. The exhaust sounds pretty cool in this car. I'll show you guys in a minute, both with the sport and without the sport. And then this is for This is one of those new features that a lot of newer cars have, where the car will it'll turn off when you have the car in neutral. Like, so if you're idling at a light, to save gas, the car will shut off, and then once you step on the gas, it will start back up. And the first time I experienced that was in Germany. I was driving the 911 and I pulled up to a stoplight, and I didn't realize that the car had that feature, and it shut off. And then I lifted off the gas and went to gas it, and then it started right back up. So that was pretty cool. Up here we have the hazards, and then that is to lock the car. Got some vents here, and then when you go up, you can see this is the dome light. So you can see that's the light, and then over here, same thing. Where is it? It's a dome light. And then I don't know what these are. Oh, I think that's for the garage, if you have a garage. And then no sunroof, because the car is so small, the roof is so small, there's no way you could fit a sunroof that would slide back far enough to open up. And then I got my phone plugged in. This is the cigarette lighter, and then in here is a center console. The seats are pretty comfortable. Yeah, they feel pretty good. And here is the glove box, decent size. Not a lot of compartment room. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I mean, it's about the same as a 911. It's very limited space in here. It feels a little bit like driving a 911 when I'm driving it. It feels very familiar in a way. I don't know. I can't describe it. There's another compartment over here. Right here is for the mirrors, so you can select left or right. You can adjust with that. Those are the windows, for the windows. And then over here, you have the speakers up on the dash. Oh, there's only one speaker. The speaker system is actually pretty good. I didn't turn it on a lot, but from what I heard, it was actually really good. Now, the speaker system is actually Bose. That surprises me, because the Bose speakers in my car, they actually don't sound all that great. I wasn't impressed, and I don't know, they're not all that great. But these speakers sound really good. I know these are a lot bigger than the ones that are in my car, but the clarity is really good. I don't know, there's probably hidden speakers around here that I don't even know about, and that's probably what's causing the car to sound really good. But yeah. Now, one thing I want to point out is that there's no back seats back here. Unlike the 911, let me see it. Unlike the 911, this has no room back there. There's a little bit of room on the floor that you could maybe put, like, I don't know, not even a bag of groceries. No, you can't fit a bag of groceries back there. But a small bag, like maybe, I don't know, like a small little travel bag that has like some toiletries in it. The 911 has small seats. They're not big enough for a full-size person, but if you have a really small person or some kids, or you can fit a car seat back there probably, then that's about it. But this car doesn't even have that. So, but you know what? You don't buy these cars for practical reasons. You buy them for the fun. So, plus this car has two trunks. So it's got the front, and then it actually has a little hatchback in the back too. So you can actually fit things in the back, and I think that probably makes up for a lot of the space that you lose by not having those two miniature seats, the little miniature 911 seats in the back. Another thing I want to point out is the e-brake. It's down here. So it's on right now. And to take it off, I guess you can't. You have to have the car on to disengage it. So